Okay, so this is the front of the building shot that will be on the cover of the report. Now, as I go through these, each item that you see will, each photograph I'll have, it will be in the report.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I found,
Okay.
where it's located, what the ramifications of the issue are, and then what I recommend that you do to address it.
Okay.
Okay, so now these are uncollated photographs in the report. They'll all be collated and they'll have lines and circles and
Great.
arrows and, yeah. Okay, the fire rated door in the attic, that spring is supposed to be able to keep it shut. So, but that's pretty common. Over time, they elongate. The sprinkler system, you were concerned about it. It is capped off in the rear, and you'll see various photos in here. I did review it. The sprinkler system in the front works, although the system is currently unplugged. So I was able to get it going manually at the valve, and there's just one valve for the front, and there's 4 for the rear. And it looks largely intact, but you're going to need a landscaping contractor to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. The garage door opener has 2 types of automatic reversing mechanisms. One is a pressure tension, and then the other is the electric eyes. So the pressure tension is if the garage door comes down on the bumper because it was left out a little, it would automatically reverse and go back up.
Right.
And on this one, it just needs an adjustment.
Okay.
And there's the electric eye, and it worked well. The water heater looks relatively new. This is a Bradford white water heater, so they encode the date of manufacturer and the serial number. And when I write the report, I'll cross-reference them and put the. But I can tell you right here that it was installed in December 6th of 2010.
Great.
And it looks like they just did an excellent installation. So down below they put a pan with a drain,
Nice.
and it's not required.
Ah, extra work.
And then when I show you the roof shots, they
just did that for me.
yeah. It's a pan is only required if the water heater's on the interior of the home. So, but I mean, it's a good engineering practice to put it under there. So they did it. And then you will see also on the roof they replaced the cap for the gas vent on the water heater. So, really nice job. Typical caulking needed at the garage door, overhead door casing trim, and the stucco. And that's typical because wood and stucco have different expansion and contraction rates. The clearance to the electrical panel is insufficient. It's supposed to be a minimum of 30-inch clearance, so this prevents safe access into the panel.
And that just needs to be trimmed, I guess we can
Yes.
look at that. Okay.
One of the things that I do is I look at the size of the breakers installed for the air conditioner, and then I match them up against the maximum allowed breaker specified by the manufacturer on the nameplate data on the unit. So you can see here that we have a 30 installed, and I'll show you the nameplate data in a minute. Fully walk the roof. The roof is in excellent condition. Typically, I'll find 3 to 5 cracked roof tiles as a result of the wind causes the tiles. So on this roof, I found 1 cracked tile, and the tile was cracked in such a manner that it's not going to allow any damage to occur to the roof at all.
That's good.
So with regards to that, I recommend nothing be done for another 2, 3, 4 years.
Good.
Differential temperatures on the air conditioner, 75 going in, 53 coming out, 22. The range is 16 to 22, and 22 is perfect.
Wonderful.
GFCI receptacles. So GFCIs are those electrical receptacles with the reset buttons on them.
Right.
In 1996, they were only required within 72 inches of the kitchen sink, and all the receptacles here within 72 inches of the kitchen sink are GFCI protected.
Okay.
The ones that are further away than 72 inches are not.
Okay.
By today's standards, they're supposed to be, but today's standards don't apply to this home.
Right.
So to install GFCIs here would be considered an upgrade, but it's recommended.
Okay.
If you look under the kitchen sink and you look hard, you'll see some slight stains. They appear to be from cleaning products or that have spilled, but no active water leaking whatsoever.
Good.
The rear patio door screen has a patch on it, and screening is available at Home Depot for $5 to $10 for a roll.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the door between the interior of the home and the garage. So it is a solid core, self-closing, self-latching, fire-rated door. So this door self-closes, but it doesn't self-latch, and it's because the latch is slightly out of alignment with the striker.
Okay.
The striker plate. So easy enough to adjust. This is the electrical receptacle in the front wall of the garage. By 1996 standards, it was required to be GFCI protected, and it is not. And you can see it's black. It looks like the original GFCI, which is normally in this location, was removed. So GFCIs are about $10 at Home
Yeah.
Depot. Cracks in the garage ceiling. Sheetrock is a product that's only supposed to be exposed to temperatures between 65 and 85 degrees. So less than 65 or greater than 85,
Yeah.
you'll have excessive expansion and contraction occurring to the product, and it will always demonstrate itself at a joint.
Yeah.
So that's typical and common. You can patch it, you can paint it, it will come back.
Yeah. Don't fight it.
Yeah. Slight caulking needed to be done in the hall bathroom at the spout, and then some areas of the junction
Okay.
between the tile and the tub, but very nice caulking. This is the hall bathroom sink, and it is actively leaking.
Yeah. That's
See the water?
underneath the sink, I
Yep.
guess. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
What, in the sink or the?
It's just dripping now, but and
Under the
you can
sink.
see the
Yeah,
photo
we
here.
can
The
go
whole
look
bottom of
after
it is
this.
rusted out.
Oh,
Nothing you look at too often.
You don't have
oh,
to get
the
into
sink itself, not the plumbing.
the sink
The
itself,
sink itself, oh, okay, is rusted out, I see.
right?
Oh, the bowl. Yeah, the bowl, the bowl.
This is in this bedroom over here. They have some aluminum on top of a pull-down shade. It just limited my access to review the window from the interior.
Okay.
This is just a shot to let you know that all you have is gas hookup for your washer and dryer.
Okay.
So don't get an electric dryer.
Okay.
And just put the filter size in there so you know what to buy.
Okay. Excellent.
And that's it. Looks like a shot of my pocket. Okay, the piping in the attic is a product called Upnor. I was trying to, and when I enhance the photos, maybe I can get the lettering to show it. It's a PEX pipe, and PEX is a good type of pipe. It's a cross-linked polyethylene is what it is. And Upnor, I'm going to research it and make sure that it's not on any recall list or anything
Okay.
like that.
Wonderful.
This is inside the attic access. One of the trim pieces of wood is actually damaged, so so caution anybody that walks up there. If they step on that one, they might go through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, these wall areas over on that side of the home are missing the insulation. Can you see the bare
Oh,
walls
yeah.
here?
Uh-huh.
You can see them here,
Right.
and when we get back to that, so large areas of missing insulation. However, it's all up there. It's just out of position.
How funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that happen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see these bats here, and these bats
Right.
are normally held against the wall, and they literally just take a strap and staple it across
Yeah.
the back and
Yeah.
hold
So
it in
you could have somebody
place.
do that.
So there just needs to be repositioned.
Okay. Good.
And then also up in the attic, this foam piping here, that's for the air conditioner, and it's so close to the light bulb
Oh, yeah.
that it melted.
Yeah.
So to move that pipe is pretty easy. You just undo one of the mounting fasteners, and you just push it away. Just
There you
it
go.
needs about it's supposed to have a minimum of 6 inches clearance, and it only
Okay.
has about 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Roof trusses. I examined all the roof trusses I can gain access to. No broken ones, no scabbed ones. Everything looks very good. This is in the main electrical panel. Whenever you have a plastic piped plumbing system, there has to be a placard in there warning the electrician not to use the plumbing system as a ground. So it's just a safety placard that's missing.
Missing. Okay.
I did run the sprinklers out front again. Some missing heads and things like that, but it's largely operational.
Yeah.
And this is in the rear. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 valves. And this is on I was looking at the property from the street.
Right.
So this is a retaining wall where we have soil behind
yeah.
it. And this over here is actually a masonry fence built on top
Right.
of a retaining wall.
Right.
So a retaining wall is supposed to have weep holes to allow hydrostatic pressure
yeah.
to be relieved water. And so there are some weep holes, but some of them have been covered with stucco.
Oh, yeah. And that I think the association did.
I believe that's an association
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be fooled by the light bulbs that are out in the master. As you can see, they were all just loosened.
Oh, okay.
So I returned them back
Yeah,
to
they're
them.
so warm. Yeah, I know why. I know why. Yeah.
And under the master bathroom sinks, slight rust happening at the overflow channel. No active leaking now. Just beware that these types of sinks are relatively inexpensive, like $30 at Home Depot.
Nice.
And and they're prone to rust after several years.
Yeah.
That's just a characteristic. The heat works well,
Good.
right? Exterior hose bib missing the little
Oh, yeah.
backflow prevention device. This is an enclosed plant area, so you don't want to put any plants in here that require water because it doesn't appear to be any proper drainage. There's a valve in the front yard. I did a backup and I'll do the arrow down to it for you. I have no idea what it's for.
Okay.
I think it might be for the sprinkler system. And again, sprinklers will run.
Yeah.
Where did I take it? Oh, there we go.
Little patch.
Just showing you the window that needs.
Is that a little screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Little screen patch. Okay.
And boom, boom, boom. Oh, this pipe here, this water pipe should have that foam insulation on it.
Okay. Okay.
And this just lets you know you have a satellite dish on the
Right.
home. This rear structure isn't physically attached to the home, and it goes right into the dirt in many areas. I don't tell you whether or not it's code compliant, but it's solid.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
but
is
usually it
direct
should have-
earth to wood,
Yeah.
so that should
That
be
could be a
cleared out.
problem.
Yeah. The rear hose bib is also missing the backflow prevention device. Normally, again, I will look at the size of the breakers installed and match it up against the max allowed by the manufacturer. Here, this is all sun faded. So just understand that the reason I do that is because the home warranty companies will come out and they'll check, and if the breaker exceeds the max allowed by the manufacturer,
Yeah.
they'll say, pre-existing condition, we're not gonna honor the warranty.
Okay.
So, but the thing is if I can't tell,
Yeah.
neither can they.
Right. Right.
So you're safe. This foam insulation, which is the same stuff that we saw up in the attic,
Right.
needs to be replaced about every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
And this is well past replacement thing.
Yeah.
And I'll put a whole procedure in the report for
Okay.
you that's telling you, if you wrap it with a 20 mil PVC tape and paint it. And,
Right. It all works.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
even give you the product number at Home Depot.
Wonderful.
The lid on the condenser fan is a little loose, needs to be secured. Rattles.
Okay.
I found some spare tiles out there next to the air conditioner, and they're for the front entry.
Okay. Yeah, we got somebody in to look at retiling the bottom.
I walked all the masonry fences. You have some minor
Yeah, I
step
saw
cracks
those.
occurring. Nothing atypical. I mean, pretty typical and consistent with the age of the property.
You can sit here, Gretchen.
Yeah, these are the cap on the system in the rear.
That, yeah.
Yeah. And now there's an antenna out there, and
Yeah.
antennas were common for people that use dish or satellite when the satellite companies didn't
Couldn't
provide
get
local.
local. Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays they do, so you
Yeah,
can
we'd
pretty much
probably
get rid
take
of
that
that.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that replacement cap on the water heater. Again,
Okay.
nice job.
Okay, good.
Now this is some of the mineral flashing at the peaks of the roof, and it's worn, and it's a recurring maintenance issue to go up there and renew it, and all they do is goop some more stuff on it. It's a petroleum based product, and then once it firms up, they paint it to protect it from the UV rays.
Okay.
So this is on the border of being due.
How often
Okay.
do you have to do that?
You're supposed to do it every 3 to 5 years, or check it every 3 to 5 years. There's your
A
one
little
cracked tile.
Yeah.
And because the cracked tile portion that's broken off is underneath, it's actually protecting the felt from the sun.
Okay.
So concrete tiles don't provide any watertight integrity. They just protect the petroleum impregnated
interesting.
felt that's underneath. We call it tar paper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tar paper is what reflects the water. The tiles just protect the tar paper. So this is broken in such a manner it's not exposing the felt at all.
Okay.
And here's some more areas where some of the mineral flashing needs to be renewed.
Okay.
And I forgot why I took that. Range worked well. The oven went at 350. It's supposed to be 350 plus or minus 25 degrees. Yours is 350.
Wow.
Refrigerators, washers, and dryers are not included in the inspection
Okay.
because they're not fixtures. They're personal.
Okay.
The fireplace hasn't been used in about 10 years. I did get it lit, and it would light periodically, but one of the things about these fireplaces is that the valve in there is actually lubricated by the gas that goes through there. So it hasn't been used for 10 years, and it operates erratically.
Okay.
It would go on and off and on and off, but it's definitely functional, but it needs service.
Okay.
Does the gas company service it, or do you need to hire someone?
You gotta hire somebody.
So if we started turning it on more frequently, that would lubricate it? Like,
It may,
if
yeah.
you turn it on well, just for future, if you turn it on once a month, is that enough
Yeah.
to lubricate it?
Yeah, it sure is. That's kind of like dishwashers. People, sometimes we go into homes and people say, yeah, we haven't used that dishwasher for 2 years.
It
It ought to be
dries it
good.
up.
Yeah, the seal at the bottom is kept moist by the machine always leaves a little water at the base, you know?
Oh, I thought that was a problem, but it isn't.
No, it's supposed to leave a little water in the base. So
Okay.
when that seal, all the water evaporates out
Yeah.
of there, that seal becomes cracked the first time
I
you
better
use it.
go home and run my washer.
This is the garage door again where
Yeah.
the latch doesn't match up correctly.
okay.
This is just to let you know that although these light fixtures, fluorescent light fixtures are fixtures, you need an extension cord to operate them. They need to be
okay.
plugged in. Slight caulking needed in the bathrooms. Very, very slight. The caulking job in there is actually very good. And there's the bottom of the sink where it's rusted again.
Yeah, that I'd like to take a look at, I think, closer. We're done?